all in. Okay. And what else?
Guess we just gotta wait till Rahul starts the thing.
Is that you, Basil?
Yep,
Hey, man. How you doing?
good. Good to see you.
Good to see you. Ah, oh, gotcha. Okay.
We are live.
We're live, guys.
We are live.
Yeah, we're live. Let's get this show rolling.
William, why don't you introduce our guest?
Yeah.
Well, do you want to start the show?
Yeah,
Oh,
usually Basil will. Okay, I was gonna have Basil start like.
Oh, okay, fine. Yeah. And we can get on with this.
Then I will say
Hello and welcome to another episode of Rockin' with Rahul and the Three Amigos.
Hey,
We have a lot of guests today. We have Matt. Welcome to the show, Matt. And we have Justin. Welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah. Justin, you want to introduce yourself to the listeners?
Hello, my name is Justin, and I'm here today rocking and rolling with the Three Amigos. And I do not apologize for being the most handsome one here.
you win hands down, man. All right.
Matt, do you want to introduce yourself to the listeners?
Sure thing. What's up, everybody? My name's Matt Tumasz. How you doing? Friends with Rahul, and I'm happy to be here. Nice to meet you all. I've been watching the past couple weeks. Rahul, I know I've been dodging you for a little bit, but I'm a new father here, so trying to figure out all that and bedtimes and everything. But now he's a little older now, so it's a little easier to manage this. So happy to be here. Nice to meet you guys all.
Yeah.
Nice
nice to have you, man. I know what it's like to be a new father, and you don't have enough hands, and you don't have enough time. Everything just is like one big, you're like in a dust storm almost when you have a new baby, because it's like you're trying to see your way through. And it's difficult. It's a lot. It's difficult. So congratulations on
Thank
being
you,
a father, and congratulations on putting the work in.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, big adjustment, but everything's going good, and we learn something new every day, which is awesome. So
That's great.
I know we got a couple fathers here with yourself and Rahul, and also, yeah, good stuff.
Yeah, cool. Yeah.
Rahul, I think you're on mute.
My daughter will be turning 2 years old next month.
Next month, that's awesome. When's her birthday?
Her birthday is April 25th.
Awesome. Good for her. Good for you guys. That's wonderful.
And my granddaughter turned 2 on Pearl Harbor Day.
Okay, December 7th.
She's something else, She's my first grandchild, so it's like it's almost like having a new child. Only I don't have to put in all the work that you put in. I see her. She comes over every Wednesday night for dinner. My daughter brings her over. We have dinner. I play with her so my daughter can talk to my wife. And it's a blast. It really is. I love
awesome.
it. I never thought it would happen, but it did. And I'm glad that it happened. I really am.
Charlie, is that a Cowboys hat you're wearing? A Cowboys hat?
It's a Mariners cap. I got it when I was in Seattle visiting my son a couple years ago. That's what I'm wearing.
Did you
play tomorrow at 10?
Charlie, how did you get to Seattle? Did you drove to Seattle? Or took
how did he get out to Seattle?
No, how did you get to Seattle? Was it by
fly?
Was it by drone?
There's no way I'm driving across country. I fly.
Did you took a plane there?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
It takes about roughly 6 hours to go from Philadelphia to Seattle. Somewhere in there, between 5 and 6. And then when you get to the airport in Seattle, then you got to play the game with the with the bags, and the stuff that you're bringing with you comes down off that chute. It goes around in a circle. People are like edging each other out, trying to get in there to grab their bag. Yeah, it's great. A lot of fun. But yeah, no, I fly. Like I said, I would never. I would unless something drastic occurred. I can't see myself driving across country. But flying to Seattle is a nice flight, especially if you go like at nighttime, a little bit later, and you can take a nap. That's perfect. If you take a nap, you can sleep right through the flight. And the next thing you know, you wake up and you're in Seattle. Sleepless in Seattle.
Matt, can you talk about what you do?
Sure. Yeah. I work in healthcare marketing. I work for Merck, which is a company, in our old hometown area. I'm not sure where you're at right now, Rahul, but where we grew up at least. Yeah, I do marketing online for a lot of pharmaceutical drugs and everything. Nothing super crazy or exciting, but it pays the bills, and I work from home, which is not too bad. I live over here in New Jersey now. I moved, after I went to school. I moved to Philadelphia. I lived there for a couple years, and then got married, and me and my wife moved over to New Jersey here. We're right over the bridge right over the Walt Whitman Bridge in South Jersey.
Okay. What town is it? What town do you live in?
The town's called Audubon.
Okay.
It's near like Haddonfield and Collingswood.
Mm-hmm.
It's those are like the two bigger towns in the area. Actually, I know Kevin Gallagher and Mike Okino. Kevin, thank you for your service. They live right down the street from me, so which is really cool to hang out with them all the time.
That's good. That's good. And the other gentleman's name is Justin. Am I correct?
Yeah, Justin, do you want to?
That is correct.
Justin, do you want to talk about what you do?
So what I like to do is that as my career, I've always worked in customer service. First, I worked at the restaurants like Movie Tavern and Olive Garden. Then I worked for Market Source, where I try to sell people phones and consumer cellular. Now I'm at Target, but Target's about to end. I'm going to start a new job at Vanguard in April 28th. Other things I like to do on the side is that I am a writer too. I have written stories, songs actually, and I'm always trying to find some new ideas for different stories to tell.
Yeah. Do you play the chords along with the song, the words? Did you put the chords
Yes,
together?
I do.
You did? Okay. What are your
Yes, I do. I do all the writing.
What's your chords? What are your chords for your song? One of your songs. Pick a song, and what's the chord? Yeah. What do you have? Like, what's it?
I mostly use minor chords depending on which song it is. Like most of my songs are in G major, for instance, so I often would use like a relative minor to G. So you would use I'd probably use like a B minor chord for that one.
Okay. That's cool. Yeah. Like A minor, like A minor chord. Go ahead.
Someone in the chat wants Justin to say, at guard from the University of North Carolina, in a broadcasting voice.
Who's this?
Are you looking at the chat? Laura Brooks.
Oh, wow.
Can you say it?
Everybody.
Oh, I got it. At guard for the University of North Carolina.
That's good.
I didn't know Laura was on the chat. That's great. Hey, Laura, how are you doing?
Justin, how do you feel about how excited are you to work at Vanguard in next month in April?
Oh, you did say Vanguard. Okay.
Vanguard. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
it's as an investment company, Charlie.
Yeah, I know.
Investment company helps you invest on wanting to retire in the future. I am very excited, mainly because one, I get paid significantly more than I am now, so I actually get to make real money for a change.
That's good.
And second, I've never actually worked with investment before, and I've always wanted to learn about it. So I think this was just a job. One of my favorite things is when during that first phone interview I had with them, they said that there were different journeys that I could go on, and all I could do is just say, they all sound exciting.
Good. It's always good to have a good job that you enjoy or that you're excited about.
Matt, since you live in New Jersey, do you still support Philadelphia sports?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, I live 10 minutes from the stadium in South Philly. All of them. So, my brother-in-law has Eagles season tickets. I go to a bunch of Eagles games. Me and my wife, we go to a bunch of Phillies games. It's great. We can get there in 10 minutes, and we just cross the bridge and we're home in 10 minutes. So it's a lot easier than when we used to drive all the way from back in Montgomeryville and everything. But yeah, we go to a lot of games. It's great.
What are you looking forward to for the baseball season?
What's that, Rahul? I'm sorry. What am I looking for?
Yeah. What do you think the Phillies need to do in order to win the World Series this year?
They're going to win their division.
Yeah, it's going to be tough. It's going to be tough, especially with the Mets. They signed Soto and everything. The Braves are obviously going to be good. They had a lot of injuries last year. I think the Phillies are a very good baseball team. It's going to come down to pitching for them. And then obviously if with the expanded playoff format, a lot of teams can make the playoffs, which is great. But they just can't, their bats just can't go quiet in the playoffs again.
Yeah.
It seems like the past 2 years, the Diamondbacks series, the Mets series, they roared into the, well, I should say last year they didn't roar into the playoffs, but they get to the playoffs and their bats quit. So
yeah,
if they can get some consistent hitting, throughout the year, or at least come end of the year, I think they got good as chances as any.
And they got to peak at the right time.
Yeah.
Not too early, because usually like last year the Phillies' problems were mainly injuries, because Harper hurt his wrist, I believe it was. Bohm got hurt. Before Bohm got hurt, he was an RBI machine, and then he got hurt. And then once he came back from that, he had a hard time getting back into to get back into hitting and hitting, going after the right stuff instead of just swinging that bat out there and pulling your head out. And they'll never hit like that. But
yeah, he had a rough second half.
If they get back to doing what they do, like they did last year, especially in the first half of the season, they could kick some ass in that division and into the playoffs itself. If they come together, because they have the pitching. I mean, they have Wheeler and Nola. They have Jesus Luzardo, and the guy that I think is the sleeper on their in their group is Christopher Sanchez. That boy can hum. I mean, he's a hell of a pitcher. So they have a nice stable of pitchers, and they have a nice group of guys in the bullpen. And maybe Andrew Painter, once he comes up with the Phillies, maybe he'll become their closer. If he pitches and he throws strikes, and he doesn't go crazy wild, he could become the closer that the Phillies really don't have right now.
Yeah, I'm
What,
excited for Luzardo to
Yeah.
see what he's got. Coming over from the Marlins. Yeah, as a lefty as well. I know Ranger. Ranger's starting the year off on the DL, but I'm sure he'll be fine. A little bit later down the line. But it's a long season. It's a grind. We'll see how it goes.
Matt, one of the viewers is asking Laura Brooks. She's asking, was it scary and difficult to come out to your parents?
No, it was not. No, it was all good. They love and support me, no matter what. So it's great. Thank you for Laura for bringing that up. I appreciate that. I'm sure my wife appreciates it too.
All right. Well, since we've covered that thing and everybody's going silent, let's see. Justin, you're a Phillies fan, correct?
That's correct. Love them since I was a kid.
Yeah. So, what is your opinion on how they're going to do this spring or this season? What do you think?
I definitely think they're going to do very well this season because they have been doing well for the past few seasons.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, I agree with you. I think their time has come. What's the matter, William? You're sitting back there and you're laughing. You're like a hyena. What's going on?
No, I'm just doing.
I don't know.
What are you doing there?
I'm just excited for the show for tonight. That's all.
Okay.
Yeah,
Well,
we've been waiting for 20 minutes.
Step in and ask some questions, William.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Justin,
go ahead.
One of the viewers, his name is Kevin Gallagher. He wants you to say, Autobots, roll out.
All right, then. Autobots, roll out.
Justin, I have a question for you. How long have you been getting into plays, like the playwright and stuff like that? Plays
How
like
long?
like you did Annie, and or you did audition for Annie, and what else? What plays are you auditioning for right now? Are you doing any auditions for plays?
So there are a few things. I did my first musical back when I was in high school. It was Once on a Time, which was going to be the first musical that I've ever done. My original intent was just to do that and maybe my final year of high school. I ended up doing all 4 years of high school. And because of that, I started doing community theater. The first community theater show I did was Evita at Methacton Community Theater.
Okay.
Which was in 2016. The most recent show I did was last year, which was Annie through Steel River Playhouse. And I don't have a lot of future plans for auditions because I did not want to do too many auditions while I was job searching. But now that I actually found a job, I might actually get back into that. Recently, I signed up to audition for a show called Tuck Everlasting through Methacton Community Theater, which is the same show I did at Evita.
Mm-hmm.
So that is what will be coming next.
Okay, that sounds cool. Did you say Evita?
Evita, which is the musical about the girl who rises up to become the most powerful person in Argentina.
Yes.
There was even the movie version that's from Madonna.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, that's cool. And what part did you play in that play, or what's coming up?
I was just an ensemble when I was in Evita. I don't often get casted in lead roles in musicals. I usually get in ensemble roles. That being said, I was also in part of the Aristocrats, where there was only like a select number of us, and I got to sing a few songs as that.
No, that's good. Go ahead, William. I can tell you want to ask a question. Go ahead.
Yeah. That's good to hear, Justin. So, what was it like being in that musical?
In Evita,
Yeah, Navita, yeah.
Evita is still the best musical I have ever done. It is still number one, and I've done, I think, yeah, four ever since. And I still think Evita was the best because it was the first community theater show I did. I loved the company. I really liked the songs. It actually did challenge me as a both a performer and a vocalist, as no other show has ever done before. And not to mention, I was just surprised that it was that much fun to do, because at that point, that was musical number 4, because I did the first 3 in high school. And this was before I did the final one in high school.
Yeah.
And I thought it was going to be fun, but, just the same thing. But it was very unique. And I still cherish it to this day.
That's it. Justin, I remember you did like orchestra. Was it like orchestra or chorus you did in high school? Because I remember you were doing that.
Both. I actually did orchestra and chorus. I sang bass on chorus, and I played the cello in orchestra.
When did you start doing it? Was it like elementary school or middle school or high school?
So orchestra, I started in elementary school. I picked up the cello when I was in 3rd grade, when I was 9 years old. Chorus was interesting because you were able to do chorus only during the final year of elementary school. So I did it during 5th grade, but I didn't do it at all in middle school. And the reason being is because I wanted to sing solo. I had a really interesting mindset back then, but there were a bunch of people who were telling me I was interested in doing the musicals in Perkins Valley High School, that I should do chorus too, because the director of those shows also directs the choir, and that's how I ended up in chorus. I think it was strange that I got a twist though. I ended up enjoying doing chorus over those 4 years of high school than the 4 high school shows I did in Perkins Valley High School.
Oh, Perkiomen Valley. That's Will.
Yes.
Yeah.
Who else? There was a gentleman that was on our show, last week? That was from Perkiomen Valley? Was it last week?
Yeah, 2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago, yeah.
Yeah, and there was other people that were our guests who were from Perk Valley too, like my friend Payne and Brendan, and there was also my friend Aaron and stuff like that.
Are they on your basketball squad, Will?
No,
Okay.
Aaron
Matt,
used to be, not anymore.
did you play any sports while growing up?
Myself, Rahul?
Yeah.
Yeah, I played everything growing up. I played baseball, football, basketball, hockey. I played high school basketball.
What position did you play in basketball?
I was a forward at my high school. I was the undersized forward. Not that tall, but yeah, I'm a guard. I haven't played in a very, very long time. I'm retired. I've given up that dream, but yeah, we had some good years.
Did you play basketball in college?
No, I didn't play college basketball. Played a lot I went to Temple. Played a lot of like pickup and intramurals and rec leagues and everything there. Temple had some really good basketball, which was a lot of fun. You play with a lot of guys there. Play with some Division I players at pickup and everything there. But no college ball here. I'm not the Brooks Bros, but we played all the time in our 20s afterwards at LA Fitness and some winter leagues and everything, with Derek, Sean, and Wes and down the shore and all. But yeah, that was a past life. I don't do that no more. I'm too old.
When you were in Temple, did you play against Brandon McManus?
I didn't play against Brandon, but I saw Brandon a lot at Temple. He was the kicker while I was there. I played growing up with Brandon and played TYA with Brandon in high school with Kevin and Johnny and George Elias and some other guys there. But no, he never played pickup basketball with us at Temple. He was too focused on making the NFL, I guess.
There's a guest, Kevin Gallagher. He wants to know, what is your deepest fear?
He's asked me this question before. Oh, yeah, I said dying alone. I said dying alone was my deepest fear, but then I got married and I met my wife, so I'm not gonna die alone, hopefully. What's your deepest fear, Rahul?
My deepest fear. I never thought about that.
It's a tough question, right? It makes you think.
That's tough question.
We'll come back to it.
Yeah, I'll come back to it. Basil, Will, and Charlie, what is your deepest fear?
Dying. I am been since I was a little kid. I had been mortal. Death has totally used to scare the hell out of me when I was a little kid.
Yeah.
Still does.
I know what my deepest fear is.
What's that?
Sometimes I have these feelings about if people are gonna try to like take advantage of me, including by like asking me for money.
That ties into
Like that happens the other time, Will.
Yeah.
What?
That ties into the dude asking for the birthday money or something you just said earlier, right?
Yeah. That they include that too, right? And I wanted to be cautious of myself if I was worried if he was not going to pay me back or not. So I never got it to him. He's asked me for money before, back in August and in January.
Yeah, for me, I'd say probably not having enough money or something in the next couple of years.
Yeah. Raul, what do you think about this, Raul?
My deepest fear is when will the lines at PennDOT end? It's always busy
Never.
at PennDOT, and everyone's scared of the real ID. They think the world's gonna end with real IDs.
Well, my wife doesn't have a real ID. Should she get in line tomorrow?
Yeah. Or even after the deadline, you could still get real ID. It's not gonna end, so you can get real ID even after the deadline.
But
You just can't lie.
You can still travel with a passport, though, right?
Yeah, you could travel with passport.
Okay, she's good then. She's good then.
Yeah.
That's good.
What if you don't have a passport, Raul? I have a passport, but I'm saying hypothetically.
If you don't have passport, then you need real ID to go on domestic flights.
So you can't go on vacation until you get it, right?
Yeah.
Okay, she's good then. She's good then. Raul, I saw
What if you don't have
I saw you got a picture with Derek and his son Harrison.
Yeah.
You guys finally got your picture.
Yeah, my daughter goes to the same daycare as Derek's kids.
What's your daughter's name? I don't know her name yet.
Her name is Zaya.
Zaya, so that's a very nice name. That's a beautiful name.
Thank you.
You guys finally got your picture.
Yeah, my daughter goes to the same daycare.
I think someone has their phone or something on.
Sorry,
Yeah,
that
little
was me.
kickback.
Sorry.
Yep, that was Will.
I was looking at those funny comments so he has so far.
Yeah, just mute it.
Yeah. I just paused. It's all right.
Oh, looks like we got some more people in the chat who need real ID. Raul, you're in trouble, man.
Yeah.
Make sure everyone goes to King of Prussia.
No, don't come to King of Prussia.
We won't protect you, Rahul. We won't. If they come after you, we'll be standing by your side.
Yeah, yesterday I didn't get out until 6:30 p.m.
Justin, what's your deepest fear? I think everyone went through except yours.
My deepest fear, this is actually something that I thought of for a while. My deepest fear is committing to something. And what I mean is, I'm afraid that one day, all the stuff I'm going to do, that I'm just going to look back at it and think of it as just pointless. That I'm afraid of like making big decisions like getting married or having children or buying a certain product or something. And then many years down the road, I'll look back and think that I just should have never done it because it was just a bad idea, but I already committed to it, so I'm stuck with it.
Yeah, I mean, there's some big decisions out there, but not everything has to be a big decision, you know? Don't sweat that type of stuff.
When you're ready to do it, when you're ready to make a quote unquote commitment, you'll know. I mean, you will have already committed yourself to someone or to an idea or something like having a child or or getting married first, having a child, switching jobs. All of these things are very stressful. So you got to allow yourself not to get caught up in the stress of the situation. That's easier said than done, but the best way that I have come across dealing with things like that is just saying, okay, whatever's going to happen is going to happen, and I'm just going to roll with the tide, and everything will work out to the way it's supposed to work out, one way or the other. A lot of times you have no control over different situations because you will feel it, and you will know when the time is right to do something like that, to have a child or whatever. I mean, don't you agree, Matt?
Yeah. I mean, when the time's right, it's not something you just decide to do on like tomorrow. It's when the time's right and everything makes sense.
Yeah.
Whether that's a job, a house, a kid, a wife, stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
I know that's cliche and it easier said than done, but it does, when it makes sense, it makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's something that really something to see.
Rahul, I regret to inform you that Tom's not going to make it.
Yeah.
Oh man, that's a shame, man. I was looking forward to meeting Tom. Oh my god.
Me too.
Well, why don't you tell us about the guy? Who is he? What does he do?
Yeah, what does Tom do?
Tom was in he was in the army.
Yes. And what distinguished him from in the army?
Matt, what
Tom was in the Army Reserve. He got called up. He served in Afghanistan for a tour there, which was really awesome by him. I'm not sure his specific role and what he did there. I don't think he's ever really divulged that to me, but now Tom is I think he works in sales and like some commercial sprinkler systems or something like that, and he's doing really well. He lives out in Westchester with his wife and 2 kids. Amy is his wife, and Wes, shout out Wes Brooks. I know he's on the line here. He named his kid after Wes Brooks, and Kaya, I believe, is his daughter's name.
And he used to work in Home Depot. Tom used to work in Home Depot.
Yeah.
Now, you mentioned sprinkler systems. Putting in sprinkler. I was a sprinkler fitter by trade.
Okay, so then you guys would have a lot to talk about. Yeah, I don't know too much about that, but he can definitely talk more about it.
Yeah. I was in a Philadelphia local, 692. Yeah. And that's it's the work is good right now. A lot of the people in building trades are working, and which is a good thing. It keeps the money.
What do you think about Eagles winning the Super Bowl? And were you at the parade?
Yeah, that was awesome, man. Yeah, I was at the parade. watch the game at my house here, with my son, and I had my mom and my dad here, so it was cool to have my dad and myself and my son watching it all together. He obviously didn't really.
How old is your son, Matt?
He's only 4 months. He's very young, so he's got no clue what's going on.
Yeah.
But it was
Did you
more
have to
so
bring him to
cool.
the parade, or did he have to stay home?
No,
Sounds
he
like-
stayed home. He stayed
Sounds
home
like
with
he's
my
a
wife.
slacker.
Yeah.
So
He
who
stayed
did
home
who
with my
went with you
wife,
to the
and I went
parade?
to the
Who went
parade.
with you?
I went with my younger sister, and then I met my older sister, brother-in-law, my three nieces there in Philly. We were at Love Park. We saw, the buses go by and everything. We took the train over from Jersey. It was real quick and easy. It was a good time. Yeah, and my son stayed home with my wife here. He was born a winner. Super Bowl champ, his first year of existence, which is pretty cool.
I went to the parade with Rahul.
That's awesome. Yeah, I saw a bunch of pictures. I think Rahul posted and everything. You guys were right in Center City, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
we were at Love Park also.
Oh wow, we were probably right near each other. We didn't even know there were so many people there.
Yeah.
There were a lot of food trucks around. There's always a lot of food trucks around Center City, Philadelphia.
I did see some food trucks. Yeah.
What do you think about the off season so far in the NFL? Like Russell Wilson signed with the Giants.
Yeah. Russell and Jameis.
Yeah.
What's your thoughts on that? Russell Wilson dining with the Giants.
I mean, I think the Giants stink. Obviously, I think Russell Wilson he's okay. He's obviously getting older now. I think he's probably an upgrade over Daniel Jones last year for them and Tommy DeVito, obviously. But I'm not concerned about the Giants or anything. I mean, the Commanders look pretty good, obviously with Jaden Daniels and everything. But I think all roads lead through Philly, not only through the NFC East, but I think also through the NFC.
Yeah.
I think they're just a really good team. So
What do you guys think about Gary Danielson, the one who retired, the one who's a CBS college analysis to retire after the 2025 season? What do you guys think about that in other news?
I know that name. I'm not too familiar. Like I couldn't be like, if I was listening to a game, like, oh yeah, this is Gary Danielson. I know he does like that type of stuff, but I mean, it sounds like he's been around for a while if I know of him and everything. So, good for him.
Gary Danielson was a quarterback for the Lions at one time.
Really?
There was a gentleman named Gary Danielson that played quarterback in the NFL. Yes.
Raul,
Has anybody heard of the Gary Danielson that I'm talking about, or am I giving up on my?
Are they the same guy or no?
I haven't heard of him.
Okay.
Matt,
Never mind then.
Wes Brooks wants to know, who is your son's favorite player?
Oh, on the Eagles?
Yeah.
My son's favorite player is definitely Jalen Hurts.
I'll be right back, gentlemen.
We're about to end the show in a minute, Charlie.
Oh, okay.
You're good.
Yeah.
Never mind. I was going to go down and get some water, but no, I'll wait.
Matt,
Hey, Baz, so
Justin, do you have any motivational quote for the viewers?
Justin, you want to go first?
Do I have any motivational quotes for people?
And before you go with the motivational quote, can you sing "I Believe I Could Fly"?
I believe I could fly.
Sing that song.
I believe I can fly. I believe I can touch the sky. Funny thing is, I always recognize that song as just, the song that plays at the beginning of Space Jam. Am I the only one who thinks that?
That's a good movie. It's one of my favorites.
Yeah.
And I can't think of my own motivational quotes. I'll just steal one.
Keep on
That
singing. Keep
which
on
does not
singing that.
kill you makes you stronger.
Yeah. Oh, Raul, guys, there's another thing we forgot to talk about in other news sports. What do you guys think about Brandon Graham's retirement from the Eagles?
Oh, yeah.
Well,
One of the greatest Eagles players in my lifetime.
Yeah, he's a legend. Two
Yeah.
Super Bowl rings. I think he's like third in sacks. He's awesome. He's gonna be a legend forever. So
yeah, and
yeah,
his body's taking a beating. I mean, doing all of that stuff. He gives himself up for the team. Yeah, he's a hell of a player, and he will be. People will remember him for a
He
long time.
he went out as a winner, like
Yeah,
winning second Super Bowl.
yeah. A lot of guys, we win a Super Bowl like that. They've been playing for a long time. After that, that's the epitome. That's that is the biggest thing in their lifetime or anybody's lifetime to go through. So it's something.
And
agreed. Yeah, that's
Justin, can you
awesome.
finish singing that song?
I actually don't know all the words, so I believe I can fly. Haven't heard it in a long time.
That was good
But
though. That was good, Justin.
thank you.
You have a hell of a voice, man.
On the note of Brandon Graham, actually, I'm pretty happy to see that he is. Like, it's always sad to see someone good, but it's always great too when you get to leave behind such a great legacy and just look back on everything going well. And it just also leaves just time for people in the future to go on. Plus, on another note, believe it or not, I saw him last week.
Who?
Brandon Graham
You did? Where at?
at Eddie V's, of all places.
Did you meet him?
I didn't meet him. I just saw him.
Wow, bro, that's nice. What is that one?
It was one of the strangest things ever. But
What was it like when you
pretty
saw him
interesting.
last week, Justin? What was it like?
Yeah, I saw my father talking to his son. I thought like for a second he was talking to like a family friend of his, but then like as he was like walking out the restaurant, everyone was applauding him, and then I real and I was just so confused inside my head, thinking, is that the guy who just retired in a seafood restaurant? It's pretty interesting to see.
What seafood restaurant was it that you were at?
Eddie V's.
Kennedy's, yeah. Where's that at?
It's a King of Prussia,
Okay.
right by the mall, next to another restaurant called Sullivan's, which is pretty similar to Eddie V's, I feel.
Yeah, I've heard of Sullivan's, yeah.
Matt, can you give motivational quote to the viewer? What's your motivational quote?
Oh, motivational quote. Enjoy the little things. Don't make everything a big deal. Life's supposed to be fun. There you go. Life's supposed to be fun. Enjoy it.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Yes, it is. What's the matter, Will?
Everything going fine.
William, you want to do the closing statement?
Yeah, sure. Just get a little tired because it's Kona Day, Charlie. That's all.
Okay. No, that's fine. That
I'm
makes
tired
sense.
too. I've been on the computer literally all day.
Yeah. So, thank you everyone for listening to another episode of Rocket and Raul and the Free Amigos. Please be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel and also to follow us on Facebook and Instagram. Thank you and have a good night. See you all next week.
William, everyone wants to know about the TV show you watch and your
Oh,
mom used to watch. Any news about that TV show?
Uh, any news about? What's the soap opera they're talking about?
The one your mom used to watch.
The View. Oh
Yeah.
yeah. No news yet on it. If it's going to be canceled this year or if it's going to renew for another season.
Yeah. Thank you guys for joining our show.
Absolutely, man. Glad to be a part. Had a good time.
Yeah.
Cool.
Thanks for bringing me along. I enjoyed it.
That's great. That's great. It was great having you guys on the show tonight. Thank you.
So someone asked, Derek Brooks asked, "Does Justin watch The View?"
What?
Does Justin watch The View?
The View, like the show with Whoopi Goldberg?
Yes.
I haven't seen that show in years. I've only seen clips of it. I've never seen an entire episode of it.
It's a chick show. You know?
Laura Brooks asks, "Haha, Justin, do the evil laugh to the show." Can Justin do the evil laugh? And Connor asked with a voice like Justin. Yeah,
There you go.
Connor. Yeah, good one, Justin.
Okay, before we close it out, let's do the Eagles chant.
All right.
Fly,
Fly,
Eagles,
Eagle,
fly,
fly.
on the
Road
road
to
to victory. Fly,
Fly,
Eagles,
fly.
fly, score a
Touchdown, 1, 2,
3.
3.
hit them low, hit them high, and watch our
Eagles fly.
Fly, Eagles, fly,
Fly.
on the
On the
road
road
to
to
victory.
victory.
Yeah.
E-A-G-L-E-S.
Eagles.
Thank
See
you
later,
guys.
gentlemen. Good night.
Good night.
Thanks, guys. Have a good one. Good night.